Hello, everyone, and welcome to Top of Mind with Anna and Rachel. My name is Rachel Prophet. I am a white woman with long red hair that's pulled up today. I am wearing a blue shirt with a floral pattern, and I am in my office with my epic sticker wall behind me. And as always, I am joined by my colleague, Ann Krupke. And over to you.
Hello.
That way.
That way. One of the ways. I'm Ann Krupke. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a white woman. I've got brown hair. It's in a bun. The green sweatshirt is making an appearance again. The same one
I'm
that I
glad to
wear
see it back.
basically every time. Yeah, it's just my comfort sweatshirt. And then I've got my virtual background as usual going on today.
Awesome. So, do you have anything top of mind, Ann?
No, I'm really curious what you have to say. I think we kind of teased a little bit at the end of our time last week that there's some big stuff that's been in the works. So I think, Rachel, I'm curious about what's top of mind for you.
Okay, people. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Maybe not, because maybe you didn't know you were waiting for it. Maybe you did know you were waiting for it. Maybe you didn't know you were waiting for it, but when I tell you, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I didn't know I was waiting for it, but it's so amazing. I'm so glad it's finally here. So this is, it's been kind of my pet project. I don't know, Ann. It's probably been, 6 months?
Longer than that, even. I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a while since we started. So we started this project a while ago. It was at least last year. And I had this idea, and it all started with Rachel has all this Dynamics 365 stuff in her head, and how do we get it out? And Ann has all this Dynamics 365 stuff in her head, and how do we get it out? And all these other Dynamics 365 fast track solution architects have all this stuff in their head, and how do we get it out? And our fearless leader set an OKR for us. And if you don't know what OKR stands for, it stands for objectives and key results. And they said, people, you're going to make 100 patterns this year, and you're going to publish them, and they're going to get 1,000 views. And then Rachel goes, what's a pattern? And then fearless leader goes, well, Rachel, I'm so glad you asked, because you're going to help us define that. And so here we are today. The idea of the pattern has morphed into so much more than that. And we have launched a new Dynamics 365 guidance hub. You can actually check it out. It is live. I made an AKA link to make it super easy to find. It's aka.ms/one guidance. So aka.ms/one guidance. I know that Ann is going to type this in and put it on the screen because she's super cool like that. I got this idea from the Denver user group. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago? It was 2 weeks ago. It was their idea to call it One Guidance. Because I was doing a presentation on ODOP, which is One Dynamics, One Platform. And the whole presentation was one user and one admin and one this and one that and then one this. And then I kind of sneak peeked the hub for them, and they were like, One Guidance. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. One Guidance. I should make an AKA link. So you can get to it. It's aka.ms/one guidance. The idea here is that this new hub, it's on learn.microsoft.com. So it's the real deal. It's not fake. I didn't just make this up. But me and a whole team of people, there was 18 of us. Ann is one of them. She's amazing. The whole team is amazing. Worked tirelessly in the month of March to create more than 200 pages of documentation. I counted. There was 208 pages to be exact. because I'm a numbers person, there was also more than 63,000 words put down onto paper that became 44 Learn articles with a whole bunch of graphics, super cool stuff. But it all came from this idea that we need to get back to the basics. We need to get back to the foundation. Like, if we really want to help people go faster, be better at Dynamics 365 implementations, we have to go back to the beginning and like start from the basics. And so we built a business process catalog, and you can find the business process catalog. It's in the guidance hub as well, but there's an AKA link that will take you straight to GitHub to the catalog as well. But the AKA link for the catalog, and I'm going to do a demo of these things for you as well, but the AKA link for the catalog is aka.ms/business process catalog. We like to make AKA links that make sense. Easy to find, easy to do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to like present my screen.
You're going to give us a demo?
I'm going to do a demo. Okay. Okay.
It's more clicks than you would think it needs to be.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, there's a lot of clicking here. All right, so I am going to navigate here to the URL. It's aka.ms/, and I guess you can't see me typing because I shared just the browser tab. That's all right. /one guidance.
I think you need to do something about these 50 LinkedIn notifications, though. Just on your Google page. No?
Maybe.
Okay.
I feel like I might need to zoom out of here so we can see this. So this is the new guidance hub. So this new guidance hub, we're going to be publishing updates to it every 2 weeks, and it happens on Tuesdays. So next Tuesday is our next date. And then every 2 weeks, new stuff gets deployed. You can navigate to this as well from the homepage of Learn. But all of these new business process guides. So we created this catalog. It has over 1,800 business processes that we've identified so far. Lots of exciting things coming with that in the future. But all of our 13 end-to-end business processes have some basic documentation created around them. And so the basic idea here is that we have created this landing page to make this super easy to navigate. So as an example, I'm gonna choose one of yours, Anne. Do you want me to choose forecast to plan or plan to produce?
Let's go with plan to produce.
All right, so we're gonna choose this plan to produce introduction. So this is one of Anne's articles that she wrote. Super exciting stuff. So what we've done in our first phase of this release is all 13 end-to-end processes have an introduction that's been written that explains what the end-to-end process is and how you can use that end-to-end process, what the effect is, who the stakeholders are, what the benefits are of using it, as well as a bunch of next steps, related resources, and so on. And if we go to the next article, this is where I think it gets super exciting. We've got these business process flow diagrams. So we've created a process relationship to explain kind of how does the plan to produce process relate to the other end-to-end processes, as well as an actual process flow diagram. If we scroll down here far enough, we can see a end-to-end process flow diagram explaining what the steps are in the plan to produce process. And that's all been described out. Again, next steps, related resources, and so on. And then we've broken those down into the various different business process areas. And so we've explained each of those business process areas. Business process areas are what we refer to as level 2 in our business process catalog. And so that's what we're working to document now. So over the next few months, you're going to start to see more and more articles popping up here where each one of these level 2 topics will have their own article and their own business process flow diagrams, and then we'll switch gears to level 3, and so on. If you want to find the catalog, I'm just going to open up a new tab here, aka.ms /
I don't think we're going to see it because
You
you're
will.
only sharing the window.
So on
Okay, there we go.
aka.ms / business process catalog, this is where you can download the actual catalog. And so it's an Excel spreadsheet right now. We're working to kind of transform this into templates that you can use, that you'll actually be able to upload into Azure DevOps. So keep an eye out for that in the coming months. That'll be super exciting. And we'll have some more articles and guidance on how to use that. But we also have templates that you can use if you want to contribute to our documentation. You can actually use these templates that you see out here to write your own documentation and contribute those into our documentation that you see out in this portal. We'll be opening that up next month for anyone to be able to contribute to the new business process guidance documentation that you see out in that guidance hub. It's super exciting. Lots of new documentation coming. I think it's going to be super useful for all of our customers and partners out there. I think it's going to be a great resource for new consultants learning Dynamics 365, or if you're already a consultant and you're looking to expand into another area of the system. But one of the other great things about this is that it's actually product agnostic. So we've brought all of the different fast track and ACE engineers together across the entire Dynamics 365 and business applications portfolio, so that when we talk about order to cash, or we talk about procure to pay, or we talk about case to resolution, we're talking about it all up from a business perspective, and everything Dynamics has to offer, not from one specific product or one specific SKU. And so it's a great way to learn more about how other products can interact in a particular business process to help solve those business problems that organizations have in a particular business. So I think it's super exciting, something that's been missing for a long time. There's lots of really exciting documentation, I think, coming in this area. And when we get down to that level 3 and level 4 documentation, I think it'll be super useful. There's some prototypes. If you want to see some of the early prototypes of level 3 and level 4, you can have a look at order to cash is where some of our early prototypes are at right now. So super cool stuff. If you haven't had a look, go have a look. Give us your feedback. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to see next. What would make it more useful? All of those types of things.
Point out all my typos.
I'm so passionate about it. And like, the team has been working so hard, and they continue to work very hard. We've got another 20 to 30 pages coming very soon. There's another work stream working in parallel. So 5 chapters. If I go back, I'll actually go back. I'll hit the back button. This is also super exciting. The implementation guide is actually being converted as well to Learn articles. So right now, if you scroll down, you can see the various different chapters of the implementation guide. So about mid-May is when we expect the whole entire book will be converted. But so far, about 5 of those chapters have already been converted and are available out here. So you can start to find those chapters out here already. There's so much good content available already, but you can start to see all of that goodness out here. It's much more searchable and discoverable now that it's in Learn content. You can actually do like a Google or a Bing search and find all of that content, rather than having to open up and download that PDF or go through the flipbook. Which I think is super, super cool and exciting. Some other cool things that are coming to this page and improvements that we're planning to make here is you're going to start seeing reference architectures popping up here. We've published a couple of them already, but they're not in the landing page yet. And we're also working on some other tools and things like that that are going to start
explain?
showing up in this hub page.
Could you explain what a reference architecture is for anyone who doesn't know?
Sure. Like, so the reference architectures, some of them are like being referred to as like better together scenarios. So it's basically, it's like an architecture diagram with like a demo scenario, step-by-step solutions to meet a specific use case or scenario. And the basic idea is that if we take one of the examples that's already done and available, it's on GitHub right now, but it's going to move over here so that it's easier to find and discover. But the basic idea is that there's one for like a lead to cash scenario where it's using Dynamics 365 sales with Dynamics 365 commerce and the B2B portal all together. And so there's templates and things that you download and install along with some demo scripts on how to use it. And, architecture diagrams of how it all works together. And it's just a very specific flow that meets a very specific, business case or use case.
Gotcha.
Across multiple products. And so like in that case, it's like sales and commerce, but a reference architecture could be other applications as well. It could be like Azure and Dynamics. It could be really anything. It could be SAP and Dynamics So we're working to get more links here. We really want this site to be your one-stop shop for all things that you need to do from an implementation standpoint. You can see you can get out to our implementation portal from here. I think there's definitely some more links that we want to make sure we find there. So if there's other things that you'd like to see in the Guidance Hub that would make this more user-friendly for you, definitely let us know. We want to make this easy. We want to make this your one-stop shop where you can find all of your business process guidance, all of your implementation guidance, and so on. The documentation and training resources are down there. Once you actually navigate into any of these, I'll just click on one again. I'll just do like order to cash as an example here. You'll notice on the left-hand side, we've got all of our end-to-end business processes, but then over on the left-hand side, down towards the bottom, we do have all of the product documentation so you can navigate over to any of the different product docs. And there's a placeholder down here at the bottom for those reference architectures. That's where you'll see them. There will be a tile on the homepage for those as well. A few of the patterns that we've already published are already available out there. We're publishing some entity documentation as well. So some of those things will start to surface here. So you'll be able to
data
get
entities.
to all of, yeah.
That's huge, right? So being able to know what the purpose of an entity is, what it relates to, what the fields are for, restrictions on it. I think
performance considerations.
Oh yeah, I think that's definitely a huge growth potential for us to be better, provide better documentation that supports, data migration processes and integrations as well.
Yeah, so you'll start to see some of those things pop up. A lot of these things too, where it makes sense, you'll find them in product docs as well. But the hope is that this becomes like that one-stop shop so you can find everything from one place very quickly and very easily. And, one of the things that we tried really hard when we were making the business process catalog is to use business terminology, not Dynamics 365 terminology. So when you're searching in here, you don't have to already have that baseline knowledge of what does Dynamics call it or what does Microsoft call it. It's just, what do you know it as in your business? And that those are the words that we've tried to use to make it easier to find and search for things. So it's super cool, super exciting, a lot of work and a lot of effort going into this. It's just the very beginning. So, we're by no means done. This is literally just step one. Like I said, we're publishing new content every 2 weeks out to the site. We're hoping that by the end of August, we'll be done with all of our level 2 documentation. And next month, we're hoping to open this up to the community to help us build it out with your specific use cases and patterns and industry specific scenarios and things like that, that will help you and customers just like you.
So I've got a question for you, Rachel.
Yeah.
If I was like a consultant or a user and I wanted to request a topic, but maybe didn't have the knowledge to write it myself, is there a way that I could request a pattern or other topic to be covered?
Yeah, we did actually create, and I meant to actually talk about this on our call this morning, and I forgot to do it. We did actually create a alias for our team internally. It is, I need to look it up and make sure I say it correctly. It is BIZ.
BIZ?
Yeah, Biz. What did I call it? Let me look it up. I want to make sure I tell you correctly.
And the idea would be once we get that alias out there, people can email the alias with their requests, comments, feedback, etc.
Yes. And it goes to the entire team of our group. So it's BIZ. I abbreviated it because I didn't want it to be too long. So BIZ guidance. What did I call it? Biz. I'm trying to search for it because what did I call it? I can't find it now. I literally just created it. Like, that's how good my memory is.
About it before. Well, you've got a lot of things going on these days.
This is real life. I'll just open where I created it at that way.
You know, that I was included in it, and I still don't remember what it is.
I literally just created it, so, and it may not be like approved in like, because you know how sometimes when you create the new like accounts, they take a little while to sync. There we go. I'm clicking to open it now. My distribution groups. It's called BIZ Process Guide at Microsoft.com.
My computer's chosen this moment to give up, so we're having fun.
I'll put it in a banner. Oh, you got it. You beat me to it.
I got it.
Cool.
Oh, and I see you put it in the chat for YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I think that's the biggest thing. Like for me, first of all, congratulations, Rachel, and thank you for sharing all about this really exciting work. I think for me, the thing that's going to make this the most successful is the community buy-in. So we want to hear from you. We want to hear what's important to you for us to focus on first. We want to hear what you like, and we want to know if you want to help. I think, you know, this is going to be a lot of work. We're excited for it, but the more the merrier, you know, more hands make less work. So really, really excited for this. And yes, I know all those cliches that we could throw at it. Really awesome. I'm so proud that it's finally published and out there and people can see what we've been spending the past few months working on.
Yeah. I couldn't be more excited about it. So I think you know, in the coming month or two, we'll be doing more announcements about how to contribute. Definitely keep an eye out for those things, but have a look at it. Tell us what you think. Obviously, like, it's right now it's very level 100 documentation. We're just starting to like dip our toe into the level 200. But you have to start somewhere. And I figured the best place to start was the foundation.
Awesome. I think, Rachel, I've just been, from what I've been hearing and seeing, we've got some folks who do tune in weekly to hear us, and this is we come on at the same time every week. It's 3 p.m. Eastern for anybody who doesn't know. But I think it sounds like there's some interest in making it a little bit more like formalized, or giving people a reminder so that they can remember to tune in, or just this was super ad hoc when we got started. I'm curious if people want more structure from us, or more so that they can catch us live, or just curious general feedback on how we've been doing. I think we've been doing this for a couple months now. 3 months?
Yeah.
When did we start? January time frame, I think. Months. So yeah, we'd also love to hear from you about this format. We just like talking about stuff in dynamics and sharing it. And anytime I get to talk to Rachel, I'm gonna take. But so thank you for everyone who does watch and listen to these, and especially the people who put comments in real time, so we have people to talk to.
Yeah, it feels weird sometimes, like we're talking to a wall, but it's always nice when there's actual comments or questions that come in. So we do appreciate those. I know we've got a couple of people that I know are like pretty devout followers that come every week and ask questions. So I always like to see the familiar faces.
Yeah, maybe we should just make all the events for the next 6 months and just put them out there. So
yeah,
it's not as hard. I don't know. We'll think of something.
Yeah.
Teams doesn't have a recurring meeting, so that's kind of the LinkedIn doesn't have the idea
LinkedIn
of a recurring event. And if we made a Teams meeting, then we'd have to expose people's personal data to other people, which is like a Microsoft no-no.
Yeah.
So
I could sit here and pre-create a bunch of them maybe, and we'll just when we get special guests, we can just go update them, and it'll just be a surprise. Maybe, I don't know. Because today I created it an hour before. It's oh, I haven't created one yet.
Yeah.
It's on our calendar as a recurring thing, but it's the link on LinkedIn is not recurring. So I always have to go manually recreate it.
Yeah.
That's super useful.
We'll think about it. But we've heard you folks who are asking for a little more structure. So we'll think about ways we can make it a little bit easier to remember that we're getting on and talking about top of mind.
Yeah.
You got a joke of the day, Rachel, to close us out?
Oh, a joke? A joke of the day?
Yeah, do you got one?
I don't. Do you?
I can think of one. Oh, okay. What do you say? Oh, how did you say it? Why did the banana put a bow tie on?
Why did the banana put a bow tie on?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
So he could be more appealing.
Oh, Anne.
I love puns, okay? They're the best. With that, I think that's the mic drop. I think I've almost
on that note,
your announcement.
We'll see you next time on Top of Mind with Anne and Rachel.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everyone.